Everyone has a favorite Austin suburb, but when we start matching them to pace, lifestyle, and vibe, things get interesting. So today I'm going to go through all of the suburbs around the Austin area, and we are going to match them to people's vibes. We are going to start in the order of how many calls we received. So that's right, depending on how much inquiry we get in our office, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start from the least and go to the most popular. Stick around to the end because you might be surprised at which suburb is the most common call that we get here in our office. And I'm also going to tell you my favorite if you stick around to the end. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, Austin real estate pro, UT Golf alum, and your insider to all things Austin lifestyle and location. I've been helping people buy and sell in Austin for over 15 years, and there's one thing I've noticed, there's a little pattern. When people make their inquiries about what they like and where they want to live, they don't always end up where they think they're going to. And that's what we're here to help you with today. We're going to give you the house styles, the pricing, the employers, and the vibe. And of course, we're going to tell you about the golf courses in each area so you can decide which part of this Central Texas area fits you best. Let's get this video teed off right now. Our first suburb we're going to start with today is the town of Pflugerville. Just about 30 minutes north of downtown Austin. And Pflugerville has the cutest little downtown. It's quite small, but everything in Pflugerville starts with a P when it sounds like F, like Pflugerville and Mr. Frank's. Pretty cute. One of the other things Pflugerville is known for, they have a beautiful lake where you can go and take some like small watercraft, like think kayak or paddleboard. You can take a walk around the trail around the outside. It has a little picnic area, and they have the Typhoon Texas water park. So a cute little town. Think kind of more traditional style homes. You're gonna find some older homes as well as some newer master plan communities, but the overall median sale price there is $355,000. Their school system gets an A, feeds into Pflugerville ISD. And here are a few ideas of the types of homes you're going to find there. The newer construction, you're going to get more of this modern vibe. The older homes here, and this one isn't terribly old, only 5 years old, you get this mixed limestone look, and then the traditional home, the brick style home, is the three kind of major styles of home that you're going to find in Pflugerville. And to focus on the golf course here, we're coming over to Black Hawk Golf Course. They built this course, I want to say in the 90s, because it was when I was in college. Kind of dates me a little bit, but it's a links style course. You know, they have nice homes on the golf course, but it's not what you would call a very well kept golf course in town. So yes, it is there. It's a link style course. Homes are on the golf course, but you could give it a miss and wouldn't hurt anything. As far as the major employers that are located in Pflugerville, we have Austin Foam Plastics, Accent Food Services, which is a large food service distributor, and Edge Memory, which is a technology and manufacturing firm. Majority of people that live in Pflugerville are commuting into Austin to do their work. Up next, we're going up to the northwest to Leander, just about 45 minutes north of town, and Leander does have the origin of our light rail that gets you to downtown. So here is our 2-car passenger light rail. Doesn't do too much as far as the grand Central Texas area, but it does do one thing for Leander. It starts there and it goes all the way to downtown Austin. So it's one really cool commuter train that brings Leander into play as a very viable city for an Austin suburb, because you can work downtown and still get into town on the train and not have to go through all the traffic up and down that 183 corridor that you can see right here. This is 48 minutes to downtown, and this is absolutely no traffic. So when that gets backed up, the commuter train is one really cool thing for Leander to have. Now, as far as pricing and things go, Leander is a median home value of around $470,000, and they have a good school district. Leander ISD gets an overall grade of an A. As far as the home styles go in Leander, you're going to find traditional brick, you're going to find some craftsman, and you're going to find some hill country contemporary. So we have a little craftsman style here at $375,000. Then we move over to a traditional brick house at $685,000. And then we get a little bit more modern design. It's still that traditional feel, but a mix of those textures on the outside, so a little bit newer design, up to $800,000. or 799, I should say. But you will find some custom estates in Leander just due to the fact that you're going to have some acreage out there. You're more out in the country. You have room to move, and you're going to find tracts from 5 acres to 50 acres, and therefore you will find some $1 million and multi-million dollar pricing out there due to the land. The main attraction for Leander as far as Austin goes is that beautiful 183 corridor. Lots of tech on this corridor, so a lot of people are able to live there that work in these tech kind of companies. And as far as in the town of Leander, the biggest employers there are going to be just your independent school district and your retail stores, because it is still a very small town. If we come and look back over here, population just under 68,000 people. And before we move on to the golf, it was voted the #4 in best suburbs to buy a house in the Austin area, as Leander #4. So Leander has Cimarron Hills Golf Club. I actually have not played there yet, so I can't really comment on that. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse being an hour away, but I have heard good things about it. Nice little practice area there. So if you go and play it, shoot something in the comments below and tell me all about it. Crystal Falls, however, I have played. It's a great little public course you can get on anytime. Bit of rolling hills out there, not too complex of a course. You got some dog legs. But again, if you go out and play it, let me know. I want to know how well you do on it. Up next, we're heading to Kyle. We were over here in the northwest corner over here at Leander, and now we're going straight south of town, about 30 minutes. Kyle is known to have like super easy proximity between kind of the San Marcos and Austin area. You can kind of live in Kyle, work in Austin, and go party and have fun in San Marcos on the river and things. So if we look at Kyle here, it has a cute little downtown. Think a little bit more of a country vibe, similar to Leander, but not quite as out as country as Leander is, because Leander's just that much further out, and Kyle is on that main corridor between San Antonio and Austin, which keeps it busy, keeps stores going in there, healthcare going in there. We have the Ascension Seton over there, big HEBs in Kyle, and it's just continuing to grow because you can get a lot of value for your money there, a lot of master plan communities, smaller homes, big tracts with a lot of homes on them, and ease of use to get in the kind of 3-city area around here. And if you're employed by Tesla, you can still get there quite easily by living in Kyle. So overall, Kyle's median home value is just over $300,000. The public school system, it's in the Hayes ISD, it gets a B. As far as the homes go in Kyle, you're going to have traditional brick, a little bit of modern farmhouse, some classic ranch style homes, single story. But here are a few examples. We've got right here this brick or limestone on the outside, $309,999. 2-story limestone here, $348. And lastly, little craftsman style here with a beautiful front porch at $350,000. You will find some properties with acreage here, but for the most part, you're going to be in a master planned community. As for the golf, right here in the middle of Kyle, it's Plum Creek. Plum Creek is a master planned community with a golf course in the middle of it. Oh my gosh, look at this bobcat. Anyway, the course is pretty flat, pretty kind of what you see is what you get, but it's a good course. I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know what condition they're keeping it in these days, but the last time I played it, it was in good condition. Great little track over there, 18 holes. And as far as the major employers there, I already mentioned the Ascension Seton Hospital. In addition to that, Amazon and FedEx have regional distribution hubs nearby. We're heading back north to the next one, Georgetown. This is another one that's pretty far away. We've got almost an hour to the city. So here's Georgetown here. We were over here at Leander. These are as far as we're gonna get from Austin today as far as suburbs go. And in Georgetown, it is a really historically cute little town. It's got a great downtown. You can walk around. There is a Georgetown Lake up there. We've got a lot of historical type buildings there. Really quaint and cute. It used to be just a sleepy little town, but it has exploded. Master plan communities all over the place now. In fact, it is almost up to 80,000 people as far as the population goes. In the Georgetown ISD, they do only get a B there, and really it's because, you know, it really hasn't been a family destination until the last few years. So as it grows in that regard, the schools will continue to get better. In Georgetown, there is the Blue Hole, which is a swimming hole on the San Gabriel River. They have Lake Georgetown, which you can do a little boating, fishing, paddleboarding on. And, lastly, they have the San Gabriel River that runs through town. It has over 20 miles of scenic paths, so really cute town. As far as the home styles there, you will find some older Victorian homes, but for the most part, you're gonna find homes in these newer master plan communities that look like this kind of mix of Texas and farmhouse style, or your traditional brick and limestone mix. That's the majority of it. If you're lucky, you might find one of those beautiful Victorians closer to the main street for sale, but overall, based on the new population growth, you're going to mostly find the master plan communities out there, or you will find something with a bit of acreage a little bit further from downtown. That is very common there as well. Now, let's talk about the golf. We already covered Cimarron Hills with Leander. It's quite in between the two, but in Georgetown, they do have the Georgetown Country Club where you can get your golfing in. Again, it's more than an hour away from me, so I have not played there yet. If you have, drop it in the comments if you like it or not. It looks pretty from the pictures. We're heading out east for the first time. This is Bastrop. Now remember, the order we're doing is from the amount of calls we get here in the office, how kind of popular they are by just the phone calls that we get. So Bastrop is about 45 minutes out to the east, and it is a little river town. Cute little town, has a pine forest in it, lots of beautiful parks. You can go camping there, some good golf. But first, let's start out over here. Population just under 11,000, pretty small, but it is growing. And one of the main reasons is our friend Elon Musk. He's got SpaceX over in the area, and Tesla is also on the east side of Austin. So a lot of people can buy a small or cheaper home in Bastrop and commute into the Tesla factory from that direction. Median home value there is just over $308,000. Public schools, not so great. They get a C+. This town has mainly been built on more retirees than families for the last decades, but that is quickly changing, and the face of it is changing because Tesla and SpaceX and just the growth of Austin in general. There are now master plan communities out kind of dotted all along the road. I'll show you here, out this way, all the way out to there. There weren't communities there not too long ago. Keep in mind that right here is the airport. So in this area here, you're gonna have a lot of sound from the airplanes landing. So most people want to get a little bit further out towards Bastrop before they start building. Circuit of the Americas is just out here to the south, and we'll get into this in just a minute, but Lost Pines Golf Club at the Hyatt Resort, great spot. As far as homes in Bastrop, you can get a lot more home for your money. This one here is $290,000, super cute, only 4 years old. And then this one here is only a year old, $335,900. That's kind of the epitome of Bastrop with that little wood on the front, traditional kind of farmhouse feel there of new construction. There's a lot of older homes in Bastrop that haven't been, updated, or maybe they're river shacks. And this is a cute little downtown. For just $1,200,000, you can buy yourself a spot on Main Street in Bastrop, the live and work space. You can have your retail below and live above it. I thought I'd show you that because it was so cute, and it was built in 1873. As for the golf in Bastrop, there is good golf there. You have Pine Forest, you have Cola Vista Golf Club, and you have Lost Pines. Lost Pines Golf Club is actually one of my favorites in town. It's at the Hyatt. It's all built throughout the resort. They have a lazy river pool, and they have like trails for horses and things. It's really pretty out there. The course is super challenging. It's long, it can be windy. You've got to hit around water. You've got to hit bunkers. I mean, it's a very, very good quality PGA level course. This is a picture of the pro shop there, and they have a really nice driving range. They always have loud music, country music playing while you're warming up. But definitely, if you can get a chance to play the course out at the Hyatt, it's definitely worth it. And here's the last picture I will show you before we move on. Put it on your radar to go and play. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. but it is a lot of fun. As far as the major employers there, I already talked about Elon Musk and the SpaceX operation, but it's also been given the creative capital of Texas nickname because there are a lot of film and design initiatives have been put in out there. The Bastrop 552 Film Studio and Bastrop Business Industrial Park are creating many, many more jobs in the filming and entertainment industry. So it's bringing in a little bit more business. Bastrop's going to keep on growing. Up next, we're heading out to Spicewood. It's about an hour out to the west, and the main reason we're going out there is because of Loraloma. There's not really much in Spicewood other than a barbecue place and a little bit of a vineyard out there. Not really a town just yet, but Loraloma is probably going to change the face of that within the next 10 years. And what is Loraloma? It is a master plan community based around a beautiful David Clay kid-designed golf course. They have an equestrian center out there. I've been out there multiple times checking on the progress of the construction, and the golf course is officially open. So we had to come here and talk about Spicewood because of this beautiful golf course that's there. They are selling, these are spec homes. They are selling these beautiful Texas hill country designed modern farmhouse look. The Loraloma grounds is enormous. I have another video just on Loraloma. Go and check that out because you can see all the things they're putting in as far as the amenities go. Trails for miles, skywatch areas, a big gulch to swim in, things like that. So that's why we had to give a big shout out to Spicewood today, even though it's really not much of a town there. It is going to have a major, beautiful 18-hole golf course based community called Loraloma. Up next, we're heading out west to Dripping Springs, about half an hour. Dripping Springs is known as the gateway to the hill country. It is where the rolling hills starts and the, all the lights from the city of Austin start to fade away. These springs like this here are what the Dripping Springs was actually named for. Here's a nice overview of the country part of Dripping Springs. Of course, this doesn't show the incorporated town. There's no hustle and bustle there, but this is just what the land looks like out in Dripping Springs. It has a few nicknames. It's called the Gateway to the Hill Country. It is also the wedding capital of Texas, and it has a nickname Sipping and Dripping. And the reason why is because the Sipping and Dripping, they have distilleries, wineries, and breweries. I'll show you just a little bit about that here in a second, but let's go over here and look at what is the average sale price or the median home price in Dripping Springs, just under $580,000. But look at this population, super small, super quaint. You're gonna find lots of cowboys there and real traditional Texas vibe. As far as the schools there, people move there by the droves with their family because the public school system gets an A+. In fact, it was ranked number 9 out of 707 school districts in Texas as the best public school. 9 out of 707, pretty good. As far as the home styles go, generally speaking, in Dripping Springs, you're going to get a lot more land with your property, unless we're talking about really new construction. Because if you haven't heard yet, developers try to put a lot more properties on a little piece of land to squeeze them in there to get more bang for their buck. But otherwise, in old school Dripping Springs, you're going to have a lot larger lot sizes. You're going to find some contemporary hill country, modern farmhouse. You're going to find rustic. You're going to find, and even some eco-conscious builds out there. Think about people that want to live like completely off the grid. They have their own water catchment systems, solar panels, and the like. Back to these houses. This one here, mixed textures, not too old, built in 2017, listed for $669,000. This one here is more traditional, what you're going to find. This one was built in 82. This one has that 2-acre lot. This, until the last 5 years, was more traditional of what you could expect to find in Dripping Springs. More space, bit of an older home, limestone facade. And lastly, another example of the limestone facade with the larger lot. This one is 3/4 of an acre. It's got that tobacco style limestone on there. Very, very common and popular in Dripping Springs. Before we move on, one thing that made Dripping Springs famous, other than the springs themselves, is when people take those springs and make them into vodka, for example. Deep Eddy's has been there forever. It is one of the really cool tasting rooms around. They have a big indoor and outdoor space. I've been there for a wedding. It is super fun. The band can set up indoors or outdoors because there is so much space there, and they have all of the little brewing or distilling vats there you can walk through and have a tour as well. But don't forget, there are wineries and breweries, and they all have some kind of combination of indoor outdoor, because think about it, in Dripping Springs, most of the time, most of the year, people can be outdoors overlooking the beautiful scenery. And because of that beautiful scenery, it's called the wedding capital of Texas. Check out this vineyard here, or this winery here. It's in Driftwood, which is just a little bit outside of Dripping Springs, but this is what you can expect. Look off into the distance there, beautiful rolling terrain, winery, and there are venues like this throughout where people have weddings there all the time. And as far as the major employers there, H-E-B, the grocery store, is a major employer. Patriot Erectors, and then you're going to have all the vendors that help supply all the weddings all throughout the year. Now, as far as golf goes, Dripping Springs is dry. No golf there. They've got a little driving range, but if you want to play golf, the closest one to come back into is Gray Rock, and that's really more South Austin. Gray Rock's a pretty cool club. It's got 18 holes. It's more link style in that it's super flat, but they have little outdoor patio area for parties and things like that. Great practice facility. In the background there, that's 18. You finish on the water there. It's a really nice finishing hole. Here's the practice facility, super long, have bunkers, big putting greens to practice on. And here's one little view from the tee box there. So if you're gonna play golf from Dripping Springs, your most convenient one is gonna be there at Gray Rock Golf Club. Only 4 left. Have you guessed which is the most popular phone call we get yet? I'm not going to tell you. We are on Buda right now, straight south of town. We were in Kyle earlier, and Buda is just a little bit closer to Austin, and therefore a little bit more value, or a little bit more desired. So home prices there are $410,000, whereas in Kyle they were $300,000. So you can see at how this is the median price again, but you can see how the farther you go from Austin, the more home you can get for less money. The Buda has a cute little downtown, and then this old revamped little feed store, feed container place. I used to do boot camps there with Camp Gladiator. It's a really nice place that they're turning into something that looks more like this now. The downtown area has little coffee shops and restaurants and things. They have this little pond, but both basically, think about this. In 1990, the population was under 2,000 people, and now it's 15,000 people. So it really, really just exploded when people started moving there in the 90s. Median home value, we already discussed, just over $410,000. Public schools, A-. It feeds into the Hayes ISD there. As far as the homes go, think master plan communities for the most part. You can get this one here with this kind of brick and stone mixture. We have this siding and brick mixture. This is probably the most common style here, the little ranch style one-story homes. And then the mixture of the brick and the limestone here for $550,000. So you can still get quite a house for a good price. This one's over 3,100 square feet and still under $550,000. So this close within 20-30 minutes of Austin to get something built in 2013 over 3,000 square feet, that's a good value. And that's one of the reasons people move to Buda. Here's a view of one of their little parks. And to tell you about the major employers there, Cabela's. Cabela's is one of the anchors there. It's right off Highway 180, or Highway I-35. It's been there for years, and it's a major, major employer, a huge outdoors store. Also, there's US Foods, Capital City Steel, Syntex Materials, and then Deep Eddy Vodka also has a presence there in Buda. So if you're gonna golf though, you have 2 options. If we look at the map here, you are kind of right in between Onion Creek and the Plum Creek golf courses. When we were in Kyle, we went through the Plum Creek before, and so now I will take you over here and show you the Onion Creek Country Club. Onion Creek is a private club. Their initiation is $15,000. They have 27 golf holes. Beautiful, huge swimming pool with a little kids pool in the back. The original 18 was played by the Seniors Legends Tour back in the 70s and 80s. It's put on the map way back when, and today it's a really good challenge for your skill level. Greens are usually great. They are very different, the greens. I'll go into it briefly. Some of the holes flood. It's on the Onion Creek, so when we get these huge rains, they will flood and they have to redo the greens, so all the greens are not in the same condition for speed. So you have to really have some insider knowledge there to know how to putt those babies. This is a picture of the driving range here, and one of the tee boxes Could be number 1, could be number 10, depending on which set of 9s you're playing that day. But it's a great club. I've known it for a long time and one of my favorites in town. So if you're living in Buda, you can play either Plum Creek in Kyle or Onion Creek in Austin. Plum Creek, you don't need a membership. Onion Creek, you do need a membership. Final 3, we're heading north to Round Rock. Round Rock's about 45 minutes north of downtown, and Round Rock is on both sides of I-35 here. Generally speaking, when you're on the west side of I-35, you're more expensive than on the east side of 35. So Round Rock, big city, $124,288. Median sale price there is $385,000, and the schools get an A. It's a big draw for families because of this easy access to get back into Austin, as well as a lot of tech jobs too. We're getting close to Dell up here, and then all over here is kind of the tech area with Apple and Samsung, National Instruments, and things like that. So Round Rock, what do we have in Round Rock? We have the Kalahari indoor water park, huge. I'll show you some pictures in a minute, but just think about this. Once upon a time, Round Rock was just a stop off on the river for the cowboys of the Chisholm Trail, taking their cattle up north. That's all it was. And now it's a town of 124,000 plus people. Super cool to think about that. And this rock right here is the Round Rock where they used to cross the river because it was a little bit shallower. And they say, the legend goes, that they knew the river was shallow near this Round Rock, so that's where they would cross their cattle. Round Rock has a really cute downtown area. I highly recommend heading over there, and this is kind of a bird's eye view of it there. It's got little restaurants and bars and things and boutiques all right in a row. It's fun to just walk around and enjoy yourself going from venue to venue. Also very historical town now. They've got the beautiful courthouses and things. It's about to be the time of year where everyone is going to start decorating for Christmas and the holiday spirit. But here is a big view of that Kalahari Resort. If you have kids, they will love it here. I've seen many kids party there and nobody ever wants to leave. As far as employers, I already mentioned Dell. That's the home base of Dell Technologies. We also have Emerson Automation Solutions and Topan Photomask. Again, because of its proximity to the I-35 corridor right here, a lot of people move up there and work in tech, and because it's easy to get down. Most of Austin's tech is on the north side, so Round Rock takes advantage of that people take advantage of that by living over there. As far as golf goes in the area, there are 3 golf courses very nearby. We have Star Ranch, which is technically in Hutto. We have Forest Creek and Terra Vista. All 3 really good 18-hole tracks. Star Ranch, Terra Vista is the furthest one north up here. Star Ranch has the reputation of keeping it under 4 hours. I've played there a few times. It's pretty close. We didn't finish ever under 4 hours, but they do try to really keep people on track for finishing quickly. And then Forest Creek, I have a golf tournament here on Friday for the Irish Business Network Association, and I can't wait. We played it last year and won, so I'm hoping we can repeat again. So Forest Creek is one of my favorites because I have a big trophy from it. So Round Rock, they're all public. You can get on them anytime. They do have some membership options where you can get discounts for bulk play, but none of them are private clubs in the Round Rock area. Final 2, did you guess which ones were the most common calls we get? Well, the next to last is Cedar Park. Cedar Park is just northwest of town up this 183 corridor. Remember, we started up here with Leander earlier. Cedar Park is closer to town, but it's on that train commuter rail as well. So the 183 corridor tech hub here, Cedar Park, is very convenient to that, and a lot of people move there for that reason. Cedar Park, population just over 77,000, but the median home value is what we're looking at here, $474,800. Public schools are excellent in Cedar Park. They get an A+, they feed into the Leander ISD. Now, Cedar Park is named thusly because it has 46 city maintained parks with about 1,000 acres of parkland and 35 miles of trail. It was originally a stop on the train, on the commuter train. This guy right here, this vintage train, you can still ride it to this day, and it's still in that condition. I did it not too long ago. It's super fun. You start in in Cedar Park, and you can go a couple of different destinations, and they have food and drink on the inside, trivia games and things like that. So it's a cute little entertainment spot to do in Cedar Park. But back to what it's all about. We know median sale price is around $475,000. The types of homes, generally speaking, there, you're gonna be in master planned communities. This is a large home here, over 4,100 square feet, over $1 million. So you do get some luxury homes. I mean, you can find luxury homes in any of the areas that we've talked about today, but you're gonna find more of them here in Cedar Park just because it's closer to Austin. More along the scheme of what is median sale price here, a 2,000 square foot home, $420,000. But it has a little age on it, 1986. So if you're kind of entering in the market in Cedar Park, think a little bit older home and maybe needs a tiny bit of work. If you have above the median sale price, above $475,000, you can get something a bit newer and a bit nicer. Before we move on, I just want to show you some of the pictures of, these are just the regular recreational parks you can go to. So again, there's 46 to choose from. It's a very pretty part of town and still very close to Austin and the tech corridor, so you can not have such a long commute to work. In addition to these beautiful parks, the HEB Convention Center, if you will, is home to the Dallas Stars and the San Antonio Spurs. They're little affiliate teams, so you can go there and catch some ice hockey and basketball at any time. They also have major shows like concerts and Cirque du Soleil and things like that. So Cedar Park is definitely a big spot on the map. In the past, Cedar Park never really had a true downtown. It kind of lacked a sense of identity, just these big master plan communities, but that has changed. The Bell District is under construction, and this is what you can expect to see. Some of it's already there, some of the infrastructure is already there, but it's big lawns with retail around the side. You've got the public library, you're going to be able to have concerts and things outdoors, little trails and things, so it's going to be a gathering place for the community. The build out's for another 10 years, but people can already start using it now, and it will just get better and better and better as the area grows, and it is also on the train track that comes right through there. And lastly, here is the overall plan. You can see how close the rail station comes. You're going to have retail in there, residential, library, offices, and just all this green space that you can enjoy walking around and just enjoying the outdoors. So the Bell District will definitely change the face of Cedar Park for the better. All right, let's talk golf. Cedar Park is a pretty good spot for golf. First of all, we have Crystal Falls a little bit further up to the north. We already talked about that when we were talking about Leander. Next, we have Avery Ranch Golf Club. Great track, 18 holes. We've got Brushy Creek Park in the background there. This is the driving range here. You do have to hit off mats most of the time. However, it is a really fun track, and I have yet to be out there ever and not see deer. It's pretty flat and open on the front side. On the back side, you have some more risk-reward shots where you may want to carry some hazards and trees and things like that. 5 sets of tees, so any level of player will be comfortable out there. It's a really good track. If you want to, you can buy a membership. It's open to the public, so it's a semi-private club. You can buy a membership to have those group discounts, but you can also, or anyone can just rock up and play at any time. The other course that's out in the area is Twin Creeks Country Club. Now, Twin Creeks is a private country club. One of the best values in town, $15,000 initiation fee, rolling terrain. It's a Freddie couples design. Lots of hills, lots of elevated tee shots. This is the patio from the pro shop or from the dining area overlooking the golf course there, and you can kind of get a sense at how much undulation there is on the golf course. They have a nice pool, slide for the kids, big area for playing, and one last picture here to show you that when I said they left the grounds as much as they could without changing things, look, they left these trees right in the middle of the fairway. They get in your way. Anyway, it's a great course and one of the best values for private clubs in town at only $15,000 initiation fee. You made it. Our most popular one is Lakeway. Did you guess it? It's my favorite too. There's the most golf there. There's Lake Travis. There's just lots to do. You don't even have to come into Austin unless you need to get to the airport. Lakeway is awesome. It's It's about 45 minutes west of town. This is showing an hour because it's getting closer and closer to traffic time. But once you get out to Lakeway, you don't really have to come into Austin for any reason unless you just need to for your own purposes. So here is a view of Lake Travis. It's 65 miles long. It's an absolutely gorgeous lake. Now it does fluctuate with the weather, meaning if we have a drought, the lake water goes way down. If we get rain, it comes back up. So do your due diligence on the front end if you're buying lakefront property. Lakeway, not even 20,000 population. The median home value, $695,000. Schools are awesome. Lake Travis ISD, they get an A+, grade in sports, music, scholar, the whole works. Well, what kind of houses can you find in Lakeway? Well, this is one of the main reasons people move to Lakeway. You have this beautiful lake view. Now, sure, it's super expensive, but it's big. It's over 5,500 square feet, over half an acre, and it's on the water. So yes, it's $4 million. But something more in line with the median sale price of $695,000 is this charmer right here for $550,000. You're getting over 2,000 square feet. In old Lakeway or original Lakeway, the homes are a bit older. You can still find some good deals there even under $500,000. And then this is another kind of typical home you're going to find in Lakeway. Very large, over 4,500 square feet, over an acre lot, huge negative edge pool, $2,249,000. So you're going to run the gamut in Lakeway. It's a town, so there's older portions that are cheaper. There's newer portions that are, luxury estates. And then it depends if you're overlooking one of those golf courses or overlooking Lake Travis as to how high those prices come up. One of the reasons Lakeway is my favorite suburbs is because it has all the golf. So I think my favorite club ever, the Hills Country Club. 18 holes, well, unless you buy the signature membership and then it's 4 golf courses, but this is the signature hole, number 7, par 3, beautiful hole, beautiful golf course. The other course, the sister course that you get here with the Hills is Flint Rock Falls. Look at that pro shop. Beautiful, overlooking the hill country. Obviously, it's all in the hill country, but another really good test of your golf game. Both of them are PGA level. They both have amazing food, but the golf is where it's at when you're talking about the Hills and Flint Rock Falls. Also, if you have the signature membership coming along with these two, you get the Yopon golf course and the Live Oak golf course. If you don't want to buy that full signature membership, and that's about $95,000 these days, you can get just segments of it, not a problem. The other golf courses in the area, we have Falcon Head Golf Club. Now, Falcon Head is a semi-private, and you can buy those package deals so you can get kind of that group discount there. This is their par 3 signature hole as well. And lastly, if you want to go super luxe, you can come over here to Spanish Oaks Golf Course, 18-hole setup, and it's a golf club, not a country club. Difference being golf club, it only has the golf course. Country club, you have the golf, the tennis, pickleball, the fitness, etc., etc. Follow me? Yes. Okay, so Spanish Oaks, $200,000 initiation fee. The homes in Spanish Oaks are in the multi-millions. You really won't find anything under $1 million, except maybe one of their little garden home condos at the entry. But one of the best courses in town, absolutely beautiful, has this little meandering creeks all through it that will wreak havoc on your golf ball if you don't hit it straight. Deer on the golf course all the time. Absolutely beautiful, risk reward, PGA level. I think there are a few pros out there. One is Sergio Garcia, Nick Watney is another one. So everyone flocks to Spanish Oaks because it is just absolutely gorgeous. And lastly, the newest club, not even open yet, is Travis Club. I'm showing you where it is here on the map. This was the Hills right here, and then Travis Club is out here, but I'm going to show you through their website what you can expect. 18 holes, large master planned community, very, well, I should just say master planned community, not super large, very exclusive. It's going to be in that $150,000 to $200,000 initiation range, depending on when you buy in and how you buy in and what kind of house you buy, but it's all to be constructed. So if you wanted to move in now, you can't. You have to buy a lot and then build on it. Golf course should be coming online spring of 26. I am told the last time I went out there, they were just starting to put some sod in places. They had everything cut. This will be their signature hole, like out on the peninsula there, and it is on Lake Travis. Our only golf club that will be on Lake Travis. So if you want more information about Travis Club, hit me up. I will give it to you. I know it and it's super fun. And before we move on, the major employers in the Lakeway area, we have the Scott and White Clinic, the medical clinic out there, the Lake Travis ISD, and then you have a ton of retail and vendors to cater to the hospitality crowd because a lot of people come out there to play on the lake, stay for the weekend, enjoy the hotels and things like that. So Lakeway is our biggest winner. In this office, we get the most calls about Lakeway, probably because it has the most golf. Tell me your favorite. Which one do you think is the suburb that matches your vibe the best? Do you want something more rural like a Leander or a Kyle or Bastrop? Do you want something closer to town on that tech hub, maybe like Cedar Park? I want to match the lifestyle for you, and all you have to do is give us a call because we know the right questions to get you located in the right spot. And if you want to golf in any of these areas, well, you know you've called the right person. Anytime you're ready to see a home in person, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom because we are always here to make sure you find the right property that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.